Welcome to the Ask Junior Daily Judgments podcast. I'm Priya, and joining me today is Arjun.
Hello, everyone. We're excited to dive into today's topic, which revolves around a significant legal case concerning rare diseases in India. This case has been making waves in the legal and medical communities, and it touches on the lives of many children suffering from these conditions.
Absolutely, Priya. The case we're discussing is WPC 550/2020, which has been ongoing since 2020. It involves a group of petitions filed primarily by children suffering from rare diseases, particularly Duchenne muscular dystrophy, or DMD. This condition is a severe form of muscular dystrophy that primarily affects boys and leads to progressive muscle degeneration.
Right? And the implications of this case are profound. The petitioners are seeking access to expensive treatments that are often not covered by insurance or government health schemes. The costs can be astronomical, sometimes reaching up to 6 crores per year for a single child. This raises critical questions about the right to health and the responsibilities of the government.
Indeed, Arjun. The case has highlighted the urgent need for a national policy on rare diseases. In fact, the National Policy for Rare Diseases was first introduced in 2017, but it faced many challenges and was kept in abeyance. It wasn't until 2021 that a more comprehensive policy was finalized, which aimed to provide better support for patients with rare diseases.
And this is where the legal aspect becomes crucial. The court has recognized that the right to health is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. This means that the government has an obligation to ensure that children suffering from rare diseases receive the necessary treatment, regardless of the costs involved.
Exactly. The court has been actively involved in monitoring the situation, issuing directions to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to expedite the treatment process. For instance, they directed the ministry to explore crowdfunding options to help cover the costs of these expensive treatments.
Speaking of crowdfunding, that's an interesting point. The idea was to create a digital platform where individuals and organizations could contribute funds for the treatment of these children. However, the implementation of this platform has faced significant delays and challenges.
Yes, and it's not just about creating a platform. The government has also been criticized for its underutilization of allocated funds for rare diseases. Reports indicate that a significant portion of the budget for rare diseases has gone unspent, which is quite alarming given the urgent needs of these patients.
It really is. The court has pointed out that the government needs to streamline its processes to ensure that funds are utilized effectively. This includes better coordination between various government departments, healthcare providers, and pharmaceutical companies.
And let's not forget the role of pharmaceutical companies in this scenario. Companies like Sarepta Therapeutics, which manufactures treatments for DMD, have been involved in negotiations with the government. The court has emphasized the need for these companies to provide their medications at reasonable prices, especially since many of these treatments are life-saving.
Absolutely. The court has also directed the government to consider waiving customs duties and GST on these medications to make them more affordable. This is crucial because the high costs associated with importing these drugs can be a significant barrier to access for many families.
Moreover, the court has recognized that many of these children are not just patients. They are also students and members of families who depend on them. The emotional and psychological toll on these families cannot be overstated. The right to health is intertwined with the right to education and a dignified life.
That's a powerful point, Priya. The court has been very clear that the health of these children cannot be compromised due to bureaucratic delays or financial constraints. They have emphasized that the government must take immediate action to ensure that these children receive the treatment they need.
And the ongoing discussions about the establishment of a National Rare Diseases Fund are also significant. This fund would be aimed at providing financial assistance to patients suffering from rare diseases, ensuring that they have access to the necessary treatments without the burden of exorbitant costs.
Right, and the establishment of a national consortium for research and development on therapeutics for rare diseases is another positive step. This consortium aims to bring together various stakeholders, including researchers, healthcare providers, and policymakers, to work collaboratively on addressing the challenges faced by patients with rare diseases.
It's encouraging to see these developments, but there's still a long way to go. The court has directed that the National Rare Diseases Committee should continue to function and monitor the implementation of the policy effectively. They are tasked with ensuring that the needs of patients are prioritized and that the necessary resources are allocated.
And as we look ahead, it's essential for the government to not only focus on immediate funding, but also on long-term strategies for research and development of treatments for rare diseases. This includes encouraging local manufacturing of drugs and fostering partnerships with pharmaceutical companies to make treatments more accessible.
Absolutely, Arjun. The journey of these children and their families is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, but it also highlights the systemic issues within our healthcare system. The legal framework must evolve to ensure that the rights of these vulnerable populations are protected and that they receive the care they deserve.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that the intersection of law, healthcare, and human rights is more critical than ever. The ongoing case serves as a reminder of the importance of advocacy, awareness, and action in addressing the needs of those affected by rare diseases.
Thank you for joining us today on the Ask Junior Daily Judgments podcast. We hope you found this discussion informative and engaging. Until next time, take care and stay informed.